This morning, I declared a state of emergency for Tropical Storm Francine. The latest track for the storm was a slight jog east, just a smidgen east, and there was some good news in this track. The storm is speeding up, which is good news for us. It decreases the amount of time that we're going to be in this inclement weather. There is also a weakening of the storm, or a weakening of the predictions at landfall. In the previous forecast, it was expected to be a Category 2 at landfall, and that has dropped now to a Category 1. So that is good news as a result of this. You know, we're going to keep an eye on it. The next 12 hours is going to give us a lot of information as the models really tighten up and the forecast becomes very accurate. All residents should be in their final preparations. We've been saying this since yesterday, that yesterday and today are the days to prepare. Tomorrow, the weather is going to deteriorate very quickly. In the morning, you can already see outside that we're getting some outer bands and rain from this storm. That is only going to increase as the storm gets closer. For residents, we did have trash collection today, but trash collection is suspended for tomorrow, Wednesday. So if you're on a Wednesday trash schedule, we ask that you bring in your trash. If you've put it out this evening, bring it in, secure it close to your home in a garage. Do whatever you can to make sure that that trash can doesn't end up, or the garbage that's inside of it end up in a ditch or becoming a projectile during the storm. Important developments since the last update that we've given. We have a shelter of last resort that's opening up at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center. That's going to open tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. This is for residents who are maybe in a substandard home, maybe you're in a mobile home, and you're not comfortable being there during the duration of the storm. You can come to our shelter of last resort. Best case scenario is that you do make alternative plans to stay with someone else, but this last resort option is available for you. We're going to ask that you bring your own pillow and blanket, any medicine or snacks that you may want, water. There are no weapons or contraband allowed at the shelter of last resort. Pets are allowed at the shelter of last resort. If that is a determining factor for you to leave or not to go to the shelter, pets are welcome at the shelter. Your dog or cat must be leashed. If you do have a cat, put your cat in a kennel. You need to bring your pet's food, the food bowls, medical records. The animal shelter is going to be there checking all that and checking not only you into to the shelter of last resort, but we'll have animal control there to check your animal into the shelter as well. If you have questions, by the way, we want you to put those questions in the chat. They will ask me those questions at a certain point in time, and we will talk about that and answer those questions that you have. Look, residents should expect extended power outages from this storm. I think Entergy says anywhere from 4 to 7 days on a Category 1. That's just a timetable that they put out. But just know that when the power goes out, especially for extended periods of time, that does affect parish utilities like water and sewer. You're going to need to have at least 3 days worth of clothes, water, and non-perishables. If you have a generator, we want to make sure that you have checked that generator, that you go and get gas, and that when you do operate that generator, you operate it to the manufacturer's instructions. You don't operate it indoors, and you keep it away from your house when you're operating it to prevent a carbon monoxide issue. Again, we've been talking about this all day. Sandbags are available at the East and West Bank Bridge Park. So if you need sandbags, you can go to either the East or the West Bank Bridge Park. Again, secure loose items, patio furniture, trash cans, all of those are potential projectiles, or they can end up in our drainage system. We're going to be posting updates on SCP TV, that's Cox Channel 6, UVerse Channel 99, as well as the SCP TV app. If you don't have the SCP TV app, you can go in the App Store, whether you have Apple or Android, and download the SCTV app. Again, we're going to be putting stuff on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we also want you to follow the recommendations of our local news sites, our local news channels. A lot of the information that we put out via press release, they run that information, so it's good for you to tune in there as well. As always, we're going to be working through this evening, probably into the night, and very early tomorrow morning. If you have an issue, if you see something, give us a call at 985-783-5050. That's our emergency operations center, and we can respond to your issue. When the inclement weather gets here and conditions are not safe, we will no longer be able to respond. So again, do what you can. Check that catch basin, check that culvert, check your ditch, and let us know so we can get to you before the weather gets bad. If you aren't getting our emergency alerts, you need to sign up for them. So if you have your phone on you, I want you to go to www.scpemergencyalerts.com and sign yourself up. Sometimes when the internet goes down, the only way for you to get alerts is through the phone, and this allows us to send that to you. Sheriff Champagne did a Facebook Live earlier today, which was very helpful. And I just want to reiterate some of the talking points that he shared. So starting at 6 a.m. Wednesday, the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office is running more than double shifts throughout the parish in marked units. So more than double the amount of officers that are normally on the streets will be out, making sure that you are safe and that your property is safe. They've got high water vehicles on both sides should we need them. And this is very important. After the storm, there is the potential for down power lines for streets that are blocked by trees or other debris. Please stay off the roads after the storm. No sightseeing. Check your property, but stay off the road. We're going to have a lot of parish crews out, and we're going to have a lot of deputies, fire department, EMS, first responders that are going to be out. You only get in the way if you are out sightseeing, and it causes people to think that you may have nefarious intentions if you are out throughout the parish. So let's not sightsee. Let's stay home. After the storm. And at this time, no curfew is going to be in place. And with that, I'll just really quickly, because I know this is important to folks. Open tomorrow. We have several stores that are still going to be open tomorrow. Some are going to be closed. But you've asked, so we've got this information for you guys. Frank's Supermarket is going to be closed tomorrow, and they hope to be open on Thursday. Majoria's is going to be closed tomorrow. They also hope to be open on Thursday. Both of those folks have backup generators. Norco Fresh Market, they say that they are going to be open tomorrow, and they probably will close early. River Road Market, they are going to be open from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. We did not get an answer from Walmart, so I can't give you any information there. Winn-Dixie is still saying they're going to be open from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the Winn-Dixie in Luling is saying that it's going to be open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Obviously, that's subject to change if there's issues with a generator or with power. So we know that you guys are looking for that. Also, pharmacies. The only pharmacy that I'm seeing that told us they were going to be open tomorrow is going to be CVS in Destrehan. They're going to be open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Walgreens on Highway 90 in Booty said that they were unsure. NOLA Pharmacy is saying they're going to be open until 5 p.m. tomorrow. They're hoping with that backup generator they will be able to stay open. And then various gas stations are going to be open, and some will be closed. Acadian Express, Chevron, they said yes, they're going to be. That's in the Zalmans. They said yes unless there's no power. Adele's gas station, not sure. Big River Food and Fuel, they are going to be closed. That's on River Road in Destrehan. Big River Fuel in Parity closed. Big River Fuel in New Sarpy closed. Big River Fuel in Norco closed. All of the Birdies locations have told us that they are going to be open as long as possible. So if you need gas last minute, if you need something last minute, those stores are open. If you have any other questions regarding that, put those in the comments. We'll come back and answer questions. But now I'd really just like to turn it over to Dr. Ken Ortling to just talk about the preparations that have been going on at the schools and allow our residents to ask any questions related to the school system. Dr. Ortling.
Thank you, President Jewell. Once again, thank you, President Jewell, the government offices for allowing us this opportunity to reach out to our families and homes as well. Very much appreciated. As a reminder, we are closed tentatively tomorrow and Thursday. Of course, the extension of those closures will depend on our impacts. But I do want to reassure our residents and our families as part of the school system that we prioritize returning to school as soon as possible. Our priority is teaching and learning, and we are stationed and positioned to come back as soon as possible. Since Hurricane Ida, with a lot of lessons learned there, our board solidified some contracts with subcontractors and pre-positioned those contractors to respond immediately following the storm. Additionally, we had district personnel as part of our hurricane response team that will immediately respond. We have representatives here at our EOC to coordinate efforts as a parish as well as with our school system, and whatever way we can support the parish will do so. But our immediate response will become a priority for us Thursday morning as we evaluate all of our buildings and begin to make any necessary repairs if necessary, and or debris clearing so that we can open up our schools and make sure our students have a safe place to return to as soon as possible. So once again, thank you for this opportunity, President Jewell. Certainly I'll be happy to answer any questions as well, but I just want to reassure our residents that we are really positioned to come back strong as soon as the storm passes, and we're able to assess and make the appropriate repairs to whatever sites that we may need to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Orland. I do want to stress that Public Works has been out. They've checked all of the pump stations. We have all pumps running throughout the parish. They've gone in and checked all of our watersheds. We've topped off fuel at all of our backup generators, all of our pumps. Crews are working in desoutments right now to just button up a couple of patches or a couple of openings in the potato levee in desoutments. All of our sector gates are closed. The desoutments boat launch is closed. When we look at the modeling for this storm, the biggest impacts that we're seeing right now, obviously every shift east we get, that wind probability goes up a little bit for us to get those sustained tropical storm force winds, sustained hurricane force winds, which we know causes trees to topple, trees to hit power lines. It causes roof damage and other things like that. So we're keeping an eye on that. The training rain from rain bands, coming through the parish is also a concern, especially for our flood-prone areas. And coming off of last week where we've had a lot of rain, we know that the ground is already saturated. Storm surge from all of the modeling that we are seeing is not going to be an issue for this. This is a fast-moving storm. It's not bringing a lot of storm surge with it all the way up to where we are in the Upper Barataria Basin. So that is not a concern. But at this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to answer some questions.
So the first question that we're seeing is, can you give the information on the shelter of last resort one more time?
Okay, so it looks like we have a question about the shelter of last resort. I'm just going to repeat that information for you all. The shelter of last resort is going to be open at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center in Luling. That's 274 Judge Edward Dufresne Parkway in Luling. It's going to open tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Residents who need to go to the shelter are asked to bring a pillow, a blanket, any medicines that they need, any snacks. You cannot bring weapons or any type of contraband. There will be police there at the site. You are allowed to bring your pet. The animal control office or the Department of Animal Control will be there to check in any dogs or cats that come in. Dogs must be on a leash. Cats need to be kenneled. You need to bring your pet's food, bowls, any medical records that you have, and the Animal Control Office will help you with that. This is a last resort option for residents who feel like that their structure or their home cannot weather this storm. We do encourage you to make alternative accommodations and really only use the shelter of last resort as a last resort. But important note there that it will be open tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Okay, next question is, will parish government offices be closed on Thursday?
So parish government offices will be closed tomorrow. The question was, will parish government offices be closed on Thursday? As of right now, they will be closed tomorrow. As the storm comes through, we're going to have to see what impacts that we have from the storm. If there's extended power outages throughout the parish, we will extend those closures probably through the end of the week and then come back next week. So we're going to take that one kind of on a day-by-day basis But right now, they are indeed closed tomorrow, and there is the potential, just like the school system, to be closed, further than that.
Residents would like to know if they would like to evacuate after the storm, if power is out, can they get on the road once the storm is passed?
Okay, the question is, if the power is out post-storm and a resident wants to evacuate, will they be able to get out? This is why we always encourage, and while we are not, I want to stress this, while we are not under any type of evacuation order, if residents want to leave, now would be the time to do it, because we cannot guarantee that the exit to your subdivision, if you are a subdivision that only has a single exit, won't be blocked. We're going to do our best to get all of our roads back open and up and running after the storm. But we encourage you, if you think that there's any chance that you want to leave, probably better to do it before the storm.
Are all the pumps working at full capacity?
The question is, are all of our pumps working at full capacity? Last Thursday, Friday, our pumps got a very good workout from all the rain that came through. That uncovered a couple of issues at our pump stations that were quickly repaired and corrected. So all of our pumps are working at full capacity. We have the ability during the storm at our EOC to monitor our pump stations through our SCADA and telemetry system. If that SCADA and telemetry system goes down, we also have a redundant system in place to keep those pump stations operating. Again, our Parish crews have been out. They've gone and they've refueled all of our pump stations, all of our backup generators, and so we are ready to weather the storm from a pumping capacity standpoint.
We have another one. Are we under a stay-in-place order?
No, there's no curfew or stay-in-place order in place at this time. If a curfew has to be implemented, I will work with the sheriff's office and the sheriff on that particular issue. But again, I just want to stress, the sheriff had a Facebook Live earlier. He put out some great information to just stay off the roads. If you're done with your preparations, you have nowhere to be this evening, to just stay off the roads. Let's stay home throughout the duration of the storm. And then, very important again, after the storm, if there are a lot of down trees, a lot of down power lines, that is an unsafe condition that we do not want our residents having to drive through. So let's let the first responders get on the roads first. Let's let them clear those roads and get all of our roads back up and running before our residents get out there.
We have a couple of questions for Dr. Ortling. Your first question is, how many built-in hurricane days are allotted within the school system calendar?
We have between 5 and 6 built in. The question was, how many built-in hurricane days are there in the calendar? They are weather makeup days. We have typically between 5 and 6. We've also identified some dates in the fall as well as the spring, which is identified on the school calendar as weather makeup days if needed to make up.